Well, welcome everybody. I am recording the meeting, and just as a matter of a few housekeeping things, if this is your first time on Zoom, I just want to let you know that at the bottom left of your screen, you should have a microphone and a video icon. If they have a red slash through them, then you are not on camera and you are muted. If they do not have the red slash, then you can be seen and heard. And in the middle of the bottom, there should be a chat button, and feel free to chat all of your questions and comments, anything that you would like to add or ask. Feel free to do that. And then just know that I have muted all participants on upon entry just to cut down on background noise. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Heather Sidell, if we haven't met yet, and I have been with doTERRA for about 5 years now, and we have been using the products in our home, and they have completely changed the way that we live, the way that we take care of ourselves, the way that we shop, everything. So I love using the products. They have been such a lifesaver for us, and so I love to share them with other people. So specifically today we're going to talk about athletes, and this is beginning our series of Thursday continuing education classes. They're going to be posted in our group, and we're going to find some public way to post them for people who are not on Facebook so that they can join as well and listen to the information. All right, so today we're going specifically to talk about how to use the products to support a healthy lifestyle. So, or if you have kid athletes in your house, or if you're an athlete yourself, or if you want to be an athlete, or if you know that you need to start working out again and haven't for a really long time. That was the category I was in until the summer, and then I really hadn't been working out for probably about 13 or 14 years. That's bad. So I was feeling very stuck just in life in general, and so I needed, the best way to get unstuck is to take massive action. So I started to train and started to I did the couch to 5K, and that for people who are athletes and going all the time, that might not seem like massive action, but it was what helped me, and so that worked, and I ran my first 5K about a month ago, and it really got me starting and moving and going, and now my daughter and I now are working out on a regular basis, and we're working with a trainer, and so it's just been a great way for us to get going and to be using these products in another area of our life. So if you are familiar with doTERRA, and I know this is backwards, but this is the lifestyle pyramid that doTERRA talks about and advocates for. And so you can see the bottom rung is eating right. The second rung is exercise. And then we have rest and manage stress, reduce toxic load, informed self-care, and then proactive medical care. And so with doTERRA products, we can work on all of these different levels of our healthy lifestyle pyramid. So today we're going to mostly talk about exercise, but you're going to see how several of these topics, they just all go together. And so it's a very holistic approach, and that's what I love about the oils. So I am going to make sure I'm working from the right piece of paper. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go through some different topics, and then definitely if you have questions, type them in the chat, or go ahead and just get in touch with myself. I'm also going to be working on this series with Claire Rose Howard, and so you can reach out to either one of us and ask your questions. So, all right, so we're going to start talking about fueling. Okay, so when either if you're an athlete or you have kid athletes, in my house we have football players and basketball players, baseball players, and I'm going to even throw in there theater, because if anybody has done 2 shows back to back for a theater production, a musical, dancing, theater production, that's an athletic event. So a lot of these things work into that as well. Or if you are a singer, or you're in music or performing arts or something like that, or even speech and debate, those kinds of things. There's a lot of things here that work when your body is your instrument or your athletic instruments. All of these things that we're going to talk about will help impact that as well. So we're going to talk about fueling. And just as base fundamental fueling for everybody these days, we always start with the Lifeline Vitality Pack, which is 3 supplements. And even though doTERRA is mostly known for our essential oils, we have the purest, most potent essential oils on the planet. Our #1 selling product is the Lifeline Vitality Pack. And there's one very simple reason why. Because it works, because it's incredible. They even have gone so far as to say 30 days to change your life or your money back, guaranteed. So take them up on that offer is always my challenge, and go ahead and try it. So it is a 3-pack, and so you're getting your multivitamin and mineral. And these are not hard-packed vitamins. They're loose-packed, totally bioavailable, non-GMO. They also incorporate our essential oil blends for various reasons. Gluten-free, dairy-free, gentle on the stomach. It supports antioxidant, DNA protection, energy, metabolism, bone health, brain function, immune function, stress management, your omegas, so it's your multivitamin and mineral. Then you have your omegas, which also include clove and, let's see, frankincense, thyme, cumin, wild orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, and German chamomile. Some of those are included for different things that they do in your body, but some of them are included because of their super high amount of antioxidants, like clove and frankincense are amazing. So really, really very, very helpful. And then we have the 3rd one, which is called Alpha CRS. Alpha CRS is kind of like your energy in a bottle. It helps to duplicate what your mitochondria is doing in the cell. It's not a stimulant. It's not going to hype you up. It's going to just give you natural energy that your body knows how to use. So it supports your mitochondria. And it also has things in there that are amazing for, it's kind of like taking a fire hydrant to all the inflammation in your body. So we know that inflammation is the root of all diseases, they say now. So inflammation, supporting your body's natural ability to control its inflammation is huge. So we have several products that we're going to talk about that do that, and those are ones that, especially when you're active and you want to prevent injury, or maybe you're coming back from an injury, helping with a natural help for inflammation control is very helpful. All right, so the Lifeline Vitality is #1. And then along with that is the TerraZyme. TerraZyme is, and I know everything's backwards, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get it so that we don't have a funny, here we go, maybe that's a little better. Yeah. TerraZyme is like your natural digestive enzymes, and as we age, we kind of lose the ability to make those, but they're still super important for not only breaking down the food, but getting all the nutrients to where they need to be in the body so that your body can use them. So TerraZyme is super important to take with your Lifeline Vitality Pack. And for people who are already members, make sure that you're ordering your Lifeline Vitality Pack with the special option to get the 3 extra supplements at a really deep discount. Terrazyme, you're always going to want to get with that. We're going to talk about a couple other ones. The Deep Blue, Polyphenol, wholesale is normally like $60, but you can get it when you buy your vitamins for only $20. That's huge. So make sure you always get that with your supplements. And then the PB Assist gut health is just so important, and it affects so many different areas of our, it affects everything. So you want to make sure that you're really helping with getting your gut flora balanced and getting enough good probiotics in there. And so our probiotics come with a prebiotic so that it makes sure that it gets through your body, through your stomach, and digests and breaks open in your intestines where you want it to, and it has colonizing flora. So it's going to go in there instead of housekeeping and really help your gut. So let's see, bone nutrient is another supplement that you might want to consider. Bone nutrient is has a lot of vitamin D, and they're finding now that vitamin D, for people who are deficient in that, it can lead to why people get injured. So if so that would be one thing that I think is really good to add, and make sure that you're getting enough of. Vitamin D, read up on that. There's a lot of reasons why to make sure you're getting enough vitamin D. Okay, so that's giving us some good fuel. The other thing doTERRA has is we have our protein shakes. So when my kids come home, you really want to try to get a good source of protein into you within a half hour after your workout. So, and we also have the Terra Greens, which is your fruit and vegetable supplement mix. So when you combine these two, you're getting a great powerhouse to help with, especially when my boys come home from practice. You know, they haven't had great nutrition all day. And so they get some really good healthy protein, and they can have the whey protein. I get the vegan one for myself because I'm allergic to dairy. So there is that option for people who struggle with that. And what we do is I'll take a scoop of the Terra Greens and a scoop of the protein. I'll throw it in some chocolate almond milk. And we just put some ice in it, and they actually drink it. They're like, that's not bad. We'll drink that. No problem. So the chocolate milk, I find, for people who are kind of fussy, covers the taste of the greens. So that works really well. So that is a great option for fueling up after your workout as well. Okay, the last one I think I'm going to talk about is Mito2 Max. So Mito2 Max is your energy, okay? It's energy and stamina complex. So when my guys are going out to play a game at 2:30 in the afternoon, which is like their slump time, right? Everybody's had their full day of school, they're tired, and they're probably not getting as much sleep as they need to. So Mito2 Max is a great option. It's totally healthy. Again, it's not a stimulant. It's working with your body's own mitochondria. And I don't know if I can read any of these. So this has it has the ginseng and the acetyl L-carnitine, the HCl, and the alpha-lipoic acid, coenzyme Q10. So green tea and quercetin. So a lot of great things, a lot of powerhouses in here. So Mito2 Max, and I'll tell you, even if you're not working out, this is a great thing. Like if you're just, maybe you take one at dinner time, and just to help you get through the rest of your day. Or for me, it's more like 3:30, 4 o'clock when I have to go make dinner. So just kind of give me a little energy to get through. And so, but if you're, it's a great thing to be taking every day. If you're working out, go take it before you work out. So those are really super supplements. I have been taking them for a really long time, and they have totally, you will feel a difference on the Lifeline Vitality. And it has made a difference in how I feel, how I sleep, and my mood. One of the biggest things, and I think unique pretty much to doTERRA, is that their supplements really help your mood. So for people who struggle with, there actually was a whole study done on depression and anxiety, and the only course of treatment was this Vitality Pack. And all of the participants felt a huge difference after being on it for 30 days. All right, so now we're going to go into pre-workout. So for me, I'm, just starting after a really long period of not being active. And so injury prevention is #1 on my list. Even if I have to take it a little slower, even if I have to be a little more careful, that's okay. I want to be able to keep going because I've had to stop in the past because I've twisted my ankle with 2nd-degree sprain, or I've, other things have happened and that have prevented me from continuing. So plantar fasciitis. So I want to make sure I'm preventing these things as much as possible. And so everything I've said so far is also going to help with prevention. So the Deep Blue Rub is something that I will put on before I go work out. A lot of times we think, oh man, I'm sore and achy from raking the leaves, or from shoveling snow, or whatever it is, or just my back constantly hurts, so I'll just use my Deep Blue Rub. But this is great to put on any places that you feel are kind of like your Achilles heel before you go work out, whether it's your lower back or your ankles or your knees or hips or whatever, elbows, shoulders. Put it on, and it gives a great warming sensation to that area. It really helps to warm up that area and get it ready for the workout. The other product I want to talk about is DDR Prime. DDR Prime is your essential oil cellular complex. So I can tell you in person what DDR Prime means, so go ahead and contact me for that. But let's say what DDR Prime does is it works on, all the oils work on a cellular basis, but the DDR Prime gets into the cells and it helps your cell be the best version of itself before it goes through apoptosis, which is where it's going to duplicate and die. So you want to have a really healthy cell go into that function of duplicating itself. So DDR Prime is what really helps to do that. So again, we're talking about prevention, but also it really supports the body in recovery as well, because it works on a cellular basis. So the one thing I forgot to mention was you want to also be drinking a citrus oil, either lemon or grapefruit, in your water. And I use a glass water bottle, so excuse me. And I have grapefruit. I use a couple of drops of stevia as well because it sweetens it. I feel like brings the taste out a little bit more. And sorry, my heat's on, just kicked on. So grapefruit has been shown to also help reduce the lactic acid buildup in muscles. So that is going to help you as well when it comes to post-workout. So, all right, let's go on and talk about mental game, right? Sometimes we just don't want to, right? So, or we're having trouble concentrating. Like some of my guys, after the day is over, they're kind of wiped out mentally. And so having something that they can just kind of either rub on or smelling really is the best way to affect mood. So concentration, things like that. Balance is a fantastic oil for anybody alive, but for anybody doing any sort of sports or anything like that, it does what its name is. It does actually help you balance, but it also helps So you want to kind of be in this area here when you're working. You want to be in the zone for everything, for life, for school. You want to be functioning and working in that zone. And sometimes we get into an area where we're out of, you know, we're up here, we're out of the zone, we're way too, you know, too much is going on, we've got to settle it down, or we're just not even coming up to where we need to be. We're too tired, we're too lethargic. So balance, what balance does is it helps get us into the zone. And it works with your brain and your nervous system. It is a fantastic oil. Everybody should be putting that on their feet every day, a couple of drops on each foot. And it's great to also reapply if you're going halfway through the day and you're going to go out and do your sport or play a game. So it's going to help with that. Citrus oils, anything that's really going to kind of pep you up. And citrus oils also help with concentration. Peppermint is a great oil to help with concentration as well. Peppermint is a super oil. That one's always in my gym bag because it helps with concentration, but it also helps with respiratory. So if you can get 2 things accomplished with the same oil, I think that's great. So rubbing peppermint on the chest, sometimes I'll put a swipe under my nose, or we have these little beadlets. These are the OnGuard beadlets, and only OnGuard and peppermint come in this little beadlet form. But these are awesome to just like, with the peppermint, I'll just go running with it. And when I'm about to hit a hill, or I need a little more oomph or a little more respiratory support, I'll just pop a couple of beadlets in my mouth, squish them in the top of my mouth, on the top of the roof of my mouth, and you're good to go. And the OnGuard is going to, those are great for, you know, you're going through your day and everybody around you is sniffling or sneezing on you, or you can just constantly be popping 1 or 2. It's about 1/4 of a drop in a beadlet, so you're not getting much. You can do a couple. If a couple come out, it's not a problem. It's that. And one rule of thumb to remember is that less, more often, is more effective than more, less often. So in regards to using your oils, you know, go with less, more often. All right, so one thing, if you are in the arts and drama and you're facing like anxiety performance, a great blend, there's a lot of oils for anxiety. Lavender is a great one for calming down. But I made up a blend of bergamot, tangerine, and spearmint, and that is a super one to help with confidence, confident speech, calming down, again, getting into that zone where you can focus and concentrate and do the job that you've been preparing to do, but not feel so nervous when going to do it. All right, so recovery, one of the biggest things in for athletes and for making the changes that you want to accomplish with your exercise is that all happens with recovery. So you want to give your body enough time to recover. You want to make sure you're sleeping. If you are not sleeping, you're not going to meet your wellness goals. You're not going to meet your health goals. You're not going to meet your weight goals or your mood goals. So you want to make sure that you are sleeping. The sleep problems I am well acquainted with. So one of my best friends is the Serenity pack, and it comes with the Serenity soft gels and the Serenity oil, which I know I pulled out, the Serenity oil. And so I will put Serenity and maybe a couple other oils in my diffuser at night, and I will get that going probably about 20 minutes as I'm getting ready for bed, 20 minutes before I plan on going to sleep. And then I will take the Serenity soft gels as I go up and get ready for bed. And this has L-theanine, and along with lemon balm and German chamomile and lavender. And so it is very relaxing. In fact, if people have a real problem with performance anxiety before they go out and do something, you could even take one of the soft gels, and it will just help your body systems to calm down so that you can do what you need to do. So Serenity is a great thing to help with sleep, because you want to make sure that you're sleeping. You know, you need to get 8 hours of sleep, if not more. And so, yes, sleep is very important. Kids really should be getting more. So you can look up what the recommended amount of sleep per age is on the computer and find out, but it varies from age to age. But teenagers, I swear, need more sleep and they get less than their parents. So Copaiba now also comes in a gel cap, and this is fantastic recovery help. So if you are looking for one of the main reasons really that I didn't work out for a long time was because I knew it was going to hurt. I knew it was just going to be uncomfortable after, and it was going to, you know, you're going to face all of that discomfort, and that's not very motivating. So if I could take away that discomfort, then would that change the story for you? Because it really did for me. And one of the things that really helped rewrite that story was Copaiba, along with frankincense and the deep blue polyphenol complex. So this is part of the deep blue line, but as you know, deep blue cannot be taken internally, the oil. So this does not have deep blue oil in it, but it is a combination of several of the different, it has frankincense, curcumin, or curcuminoids, which is what everybody's excited about in turmeric, right? Ginger, green tea, pomegranate, resveratrol, all these wonderful things, which are really, really amazing powerhouse supplement herbs to put into this deep blue polyphenol complex. So whenever I am working out and I have that discomfort, or I know that I'm going to face, that I need to support my body's inflammatory response, then I'm going to take the deep blue polyphenol complex. So this is, you know, when you're talking about recovery and even from injury, this is a great one to have on hand. Now, again, I want to just make the disclaimer that we're not claiming to treat, cure, heal anything, that the oils don't do that. What they really do is they work on a cellular level to support your body in doing what it was created to do, which is heal itself. So, but having natural, real things that really work, that help your body do that without any negative side effects, to me, that was the big game changer in the way that we were able to take care of ourselves. So the deep blue polyphenol, there's lots of different oils for sleep. And when I talk about recovery or protection, prevention, I also want to talk about OnGuard. OnGuard. So if you're exercising more than 30 minutes a day, it's actually a stress on your immune system. So you want to make sure that you are supporting your immune system, that you're helping it out, so boosting it up. So the OnGuard Plus soft gels is a real easy way to just be able to do that. If you don't want to take it internally, you certainly can put 2 drops on each foot every morning and night. I make up a mega roller, which I don't have down here, but I take an old 15 milliliter bottle, and I put, I think, 50 drops of frankincense, 50 drops of OnGuard, 50 Copaiba, and 50 DDR Prime, all together in this mega roller. And I fill it up the rest of the way with fractionated coconut oil and put a roller top on it. And I put that on my feet every morning and night. And if I'm starting to feel a little, you know, under the weather, then I will just roll it on my neck. And I have been able to be healthy when I keep up with that. So that is a fantastic one. The other one that I want to mention is past tense. And past tense is a roller. It does not come pre-diluted, so it's full strength. And for me, this oil by itself is just too strong. So what I do is I take an empty one and I put half in the empty one and top both of them up with fractionated coconut oil, and I dilute them. So if that's not a strong enough dilution for you, you can, of course, dilute it further. But that one, to me, is much more comfortable to use when I do it that way. It doesn't reduce its effectiveness at all. You're just reducing that feeling of either the skin irritation. It gets really kind of like that icy hot cold feeling. And it's just a little bit too much for me to take, so I like to dilute it. The other two more things I want to talk about when it comes to recovery, and then we'll go in for a couple of minutes about all the different things that you might face that happen when you either have kids in athletics, or if you yourself are in athletics, or just working out. So we're going to talk about the Aroma Touch technique, which this isn't really a good picture. The Aroma Touch technique is the therapeutic application of 8 essential oils along the spine and the feet. And so when they have 2 oils that address stress management, 2 oils that address immune support, 2 oils that address inflammatory response, and 2 oils that bring proper homeostasis and return the body to balance. So when you do this technique, it takes about, depending on how old a child can take only like 20 minutes or so. An adult maybe take 40 minutes. It depends on how much time you take with it, but it's very relaxing. A lot of times when I do this on my kids or my family members, they're asleep by the time I get to the feet. So a lot of people are concerned, oh, I'm really ticklish, you know, so we'll just, you know, they are, by that time, they're usually very relaxed. I've only had one person maybe that still had trouble, and then you just do it quickly, or, you know, do what you can do. So, but it is a great technique to learn and to use on your family. I've been trained, so I'm certified in it, so I can do it on other people. I love to do it on people. It's a great thing. You really feel very relaxed. You definitely have been helping your immune system, and a lot of times people will there just have been fantastic results by supporting the body in this way. So that is a great way, a great thing to learn and do for your kids, or find someone who can do it for you. The other thing I want to talk about is this book called Symphony of Cells. And this is a wonderful way to start learning how to use your oils. So we may talk one of these Thursdays about Symphony of Cells a little bit more in depth, but there are several different protocols that you can do using the oils, and it's very simple. It's not as, the Aroma Touch technique has very specific movements, very specific oils that you use in a particular order with particular movements, and to create the response. But these, it's a layering effect, and you're basically just moving up the spine in a clockwise motion, and you're just rubbing the oils in. You don't have to do it a certain number. You don't have to do it, you know, it doesn't have to take a long time. So there's a one of the protocols that we use helps support a proper inflammatory response in the body. And so that's one that I will do for my football players when they come home and they've taken some hard knocks and some hard hits and things like that, or they've, you know, just really been banged around and don't feel very good. So we'll give them the deep blue polyphenol, and we'll do a Symphony of Cells on them, and that usually are really relaxed and feel much better. So I would encourage you to get this book. It's by Boyd Truman. He also offers a training, which we're trying to get into the Boston area. So as many people as we can contact him and say, hey, come to Boston. You know, we are on the list, actually. So we don't know when, but go ahead and throw your name in there too, because we'd love to get this training close to us. It is just fantastic. Everybody that I've heard of talk about it say they would go again and again and again. So that's something to be looking out for when that comes our way. All right, so there's a couple of things that I want to talk about and then just give you some resources as we wrap up our time. I'm going to wrap up in about 5 minutes. Is the OnGuard hand sanitizer. This is a great thing to use because, you know, when you're at the gym, you're with a lot of people, or you're on a team and you have a lot of, you know, we share the victories and we share the defeats and we share the germs. And so we want to not share those so much. So it's a great thing to be, you know, spraying your hands down with after you're coming in and out of the gym. Some people will actually, to freshen up, they'll use this in their pits. If they can't go home and take a quick shower, this is a great thing to kind of kill all, well, yes, I can say kill all the bacteria because it has, we can say that because it says it on the bottle. So it's a great thing to kind of use to freshen up. Also, if you have stinky equipment, stinky shoes, cleats, we have a lot of football pads. Whoo-hoo, Nelly, they smell. And so I don't always go after it with this because you need a lot for those pads. And so I will use some of it, or I'll just make my own spray. And I don't have the bottle down here, but it's a big bottle, and I will either use OnGuard, or you know what I really love is the Holiday Blend, Holiday Joy blend. And because it has the cinnamon and the clove and wild orange and a couple of other things, so it smells a little bit different. It smells very festive and holiday, and but it's doing the same kind of job, and it really, really, really helps. And you're not spraying something that's toxic and agitating to the lungs and things. Which was another thing that I forgot to talk about, was respiratory support. Obviously, you need to keep breathing to exercise, and so sometimes you can get that respiratory challenge. And so Breathe and Peppermint are fantastic for really boosting and helping with airflow, a proper healthy airflow. And people who use peppermint have said, even if they don't have breathing challenges, but it just helps them to go further and faster, longer, without any more effort. So, and it does that because it's a vasodilator. So it's bringing a lot of blood flow to the area, so you're just able to, and that's huge for people who are in timed sports or just running and don't want to, and want it to be just more enjoyable, like me. So, all right, so we talked about, doTERRA actually has an athlete's kit. It's $75 wholesale. It consists of the Deep Blue Rub, a nice little carrying case, and 5 milliliters bottles of OnGuard, Breathe, Peppermint, Melaleuca, and Lavender. So all of those are fantastic and used so much. We talked about the OnGuard for supporting our immune system and protecting us, protective blend. Lavender and Melaleuca together are fantastic if you've, you know, gotten that irritation on your ankle, or you fell down and you now have a scrape or a bruise or things like that. So, you know, when we're out and we're doing athletics and moving our bodies, sometimes we do get injured and we do get hurt. And so having something healthy and natural that helps support the body, speed along that recovery time, is really helpful. So the lavender melaleuca, and frankincense are 3 that we will combine and we'll put in a bottle like this with a spray top, so that sometimes you have things that you don't want to touch and roll it on because it hurts. That would be uncomfortable or maybe not sanitary. So you can just spray it on, whether it's an irritation from something, from equipment that didn't fit well, or from, you fell and now you have this gash. So we use that all the time. So the other things, I'm going to tell you that a lot of the information that I get is from, let's see, the Essential Life book. So this is a great book for you to have. If you have a resource and you have the tools, you really have everything that you need. You also, when you join doTERRA, you're in a community. So you have community, you have resources, and you have tools. And so, you're golden. So this is one of the resources I really suggest you getting. There's a whole 3 pages just on athletics or athletes. And so it talks about different conditions that you might encounter. And then it also talks about, gives you recipes for different things and tips, pre and post workout tips, which we covered a lot of. Lemongrass is a really important oil, I think, for lemongrass marjoram. So for more intense post-workout support, you can layer fractionated coconut oil, lemongrass, marjoram, and top off with the soothing rub blend, and put this over it. And that is really going to help. And that's definitely a more intense support. So it talks about, let me see if there's anything else we didn't really, let me give you a recipe for helping with discomfort and a proper inflammatory response. You're going to mix 30 drops of the soothing blend, which is your deep blue, and 25 drops of frankincense in a 10 milliliter roller bottle. And that is this size, 10 milliliter roller bottle. And then top it off with fractionated coconut oil, shake and rub all over the area. So that's one. You can also, I'll give you one more recipe for a bath. So after my first total body weight workout that in a long time, I was a little bit sore. So, and it's usually not that day, it's the next day. And so I decided I was going to take a detox bath with some bath salts that were really going to help target relaxing the muscles. So it's a great thing to do, and it's very easy to do. In fact, it's not really even a DIY. I get a big bag of the Epsom salts off Amazon, have them ship it to me, and then I take a pint jar, and do 2 full scoops into the bath. So you're getting about 5 cups by the time it's done, 2 full scoops of just plain salts, and then I'm going to scoop up about a half of a container, which is about a cup, of the Epsom salts, and then you're going to do 2 drops of turmeric, a drop of lavender, a drop of Roman chamomile, a drop of helichrysum, 2 drops of marjoram, 1 drop of black pepper. And you can add that and stir that into your Epsom salts and dissolve it in the bath. Now, I haven't actually done that particular recipe, that's in this book, but I usually will take Aroma Touch, which is our massage blend, and that is a blend of basil and cypress. Cypress is another great oil to have on hand. Peppermint, marjoram, basil, grapefruit, and lavender, all combined in this bottle. And so I'll usually will do lavender and Aroma Touch, and maybe a couple other drops of marjoram. And I'll mix that in. And that is a very relaxing bath. And by the time, you know, and now you get out and your muscles don't hurt. So it really is great. It's very relaxing. It's a great thing to do before bed. And then you go in, you have a really deep sleep for your recovery. So there are lots of different recipes in this book, and you can look up things by specific concern. There also is a great app that I want to just make sure I tell you about, and then we'll close out, called the EOE Books app. And I think it's like $7 or $8 worth every single penny. I use this app all the time because so many times we don't have our book right with us when we want an answer. And so you can look things up by health concern. You can look things up by oil blend. You can learn what those oils are useful for. So really great app, and you can find, it gives you different recipes in there as well. So I hope that this was helpful. This closes out our time dealing with athletics and active lifestyle. I hope there was something in here that was useful. And thank you for joining us today. And we're going to be back next week, every Thursday, with another topic. It is November, so we might be talking about men's health, as it's National Men's Health Awareness Month. And we also have one coming up about gifts. We're going to have all sorts of different ideas and things that you can do with your oils and doTERRA for gift giving. So I hope everyone has a good afternoon, and take care, and we'll see you later. Bye.